Day 2 was all about runs, a ton from Ben Duckkett, but it was also about R. Ashwin, the milestone man. There were two milestones he was kind of chasing and expected to kind of reach there in this series. The first one was the 100th test, which would happen if he kind of continues with the fitness which he has shown in the series so far. It will happen in Dharamshala. And the second and the most important one was the 500th test wicket. At the start of the series, there were speculations and there were predictions and there were anticipations that it could well happen in Hyderabad, but the nature of the surfaces hasn't allowed him to pick the truckloads of wickets which he has managed in home series in the past. It finally happened in the third test of the ongoing India-England test series, where he picked Zach Crawley, the first England wicket to fall on the day, and he reached Mount 500. It's very special. It's very special for R. Ashwin because he's only the second Indian bowler to get there, ninth overall bowler to get there, and only the fifth overall spinner to be in the elite 500 test wicket club. You don't become a test bowler for nothing. He has toiled hard in the first class circuit. He had to prove himself as a test bowler. People doubted his credentials, whether he'll go big. He'll do big in the test circuit, but here he is 13 years later, sitting there in that chair addressing the press conference. 500 test wickets, boss. You have to celebrate that occasion. It's gigantic to say the least. And the way cricket is going, the direction in which cricket is going, I'm not really sure how many players will eventually kind of manage to get there in future. But for now, it's about R. Ashwin. It's about R. Ashwin the thinker, R. Ashwin the scientist, R. Ashwin the professor of spin bowling. But more importantly, it's R. Ashwin the accidental spinner. Now, I'm not using those words. R. Ashwin himself used those words at the post-day presser today, where he kind of touched upon how he always wanted to be a batter, but he took up off-spin bowling when he was 17, 18, made his first class debut at the age of 20, toiled hard in the first class circuit for 5 years, played for CSK in the IPL, where Mutaya Muralidharan, who didn't want to bowl with the new ball, allowed him that opportunity to put him in the in everyone's eye. He himself said that IPL kind of put him out there. Everyone took notice of his skills, but there still were doubts about him, the test bowler, and that's where Ashwin the doctor, Ashwin the spin scientist, Ashwin the professor stepped in and continued to reinvent himself. As I wrote for that piece on Cricket Next right now, which would have gone live by now. Every series he would try different things, different angles, explore different load ups, and just get a feel of the ball, coming out of his hand. For him, that is what makes his journey kind of very special, that he has not stopped learning, he has not stopped trying, he has not stopped experimenting, and even after 98 tests, he's still thinking about how to counter baseball. He's not flustered about it. He's not flustered with the way they have scored runs in the series. He's happy with the fact that they're not hitting him to different areas. So that is Ashwin for you. He could be leaking runs, but he still reckons that the Vizag spell was one of the better spells in the series for him so far, and he wants to continue bowling in similar fashion. He's not overawed by what England are doing, the way they are scoring runs. He reckons that pitches here are playing a role in the way they are batting and allowing them to score freely, but he's not flustered. He's not losing hope. He still wants to pick wickets for India. He still wants to win matches for India. And that first wicket which he took today, the one of the two wickets which fell on the day, it was very special for him. It wasn't probably the delivery which he would have liked to pick his 500th wicket, because to say the least, it was a nothing delivery, pitching outside leg, hit the rough, turned a long way. Zach Crawley miscued the big sweep shot, probably trying to clear the ring, and Rajat Patidar in the short fan leg region. That didn't happen, and there were congratulatory hugs all around. There was a gentle smile on Ashwin's face. He was waving and acknowledging support from the dressing room, and in an interaction with the host broadcasters after the day's play, he dedicated the 500th test wicket to his father, who has supported him a lot during his journey. And for now, he's just happy where he is. He's not thinking too much about life, thinking too much about cricket. He just wants to enjoy cricket. He mentioned that he was watching highlights of a couple of international matches going on right now. So he's just not switched off from cricket. That is not Ashwin for you. If he's not watching cricket, he's talking cricket. If he's not talking cricket, he's watching a Ranji Trophy game at Chepauk. He recently watched the Tamil Nadu Karnataka game. And even when he's not doing that, he's tweeting about cricket, or whatever is happening. It's just about cricket for him. And full credit to his family for, keeping up for a cricket geek like him. That's what I would like to call him, because he just loves and lives and breathes cricket. That is our Ashwin for you. And we, for here at Cricket Next, wish him all the best for the journey ahead. And we hope that he kind of reaches Mount 620 now. That's the next target for him. Anil Kumble at 619 test wickets was interviewing him after the day's play. And when Ashwin was asked whether that is on his mind right now, he came up with a crisp response that is not, because there still are 120 test wickets left to be taken. But he would like to add at least 6-7 more in this test match and help India win and take that 2-1 lead in a very important test series going on right now, currently logged at 1-1. So that is Sahil Malhotra for you, signing off for now. We'll join again tomorrow with more that's happening in this test here in Rajkot. So stay tuned, hit the bell icon, hit the subscribe button, follow us across our social media handles, and we'll ensure that you don't miss a ball and don't miss a beat. Thank you.